Shalom, peace and blessings. I um I think about those children and people being killed so much today with the gun violence and all this and that, but a lot about that school and the only way because of what the news say is real. You have all those officers there and no one stormed that room. Like, I understand in a way, I guess fear came upon them or something, but I just could not see myself in a situation like that and not do something, you know, make movies about negotiating and this and that. There's nothing to negotiate when someone is murdering and take an innocent life. Um, you go to war, people go to war for whatever reasons, but that's a reason to go to war, a little one, I think. They're so innocent. Um, I don't know. I because I am delusional about the way the world's supposed to run, how it should run, and who should be protected and enlightened at a early age instead of just thrown out and say, learn this, learn that, and study hard and grow up to live life when you should already be living life and um, learning ways to really feed your family and keep a roof over their head, the things that everyone needs, the necessities of life. You get those things out the way, and then a child's mind can develop. They ain't worried about food and bills and the future. We, I think, put so much pressure on the children that they snap, and they go around and they shoot and kill and do whatever else because they have so much pressure in this world to be successful in whatever a person's definition of success is. And my definition of success is having a place to rest your head, and have a wife and children, and be together and be able to spend a lot of time together with the children, to teach the children. Because if you're not teaching your children, someone else is teaching your children. And so I always try to teach my son, being that I ain't get to do that with most of my other children. To try to instill knowledge, wisdom, and understanding inside of him, so that way he can have understanding that other people have feelings, and you can't just trample down on no one's feelings. And it was hard for him to see that because of all the things that his mom and I went through, and I think it had a lot to do with the drinking and stuff. And she wasn't drinking by herself back then when I was drinking and engaging in what we was engaging in when we was, first got together. And so, but I had to stop drinking like that and going certain places and hanging out, and I had to be by my son's side, to speak common sense to him, and hopefully he received it. I don't know, but I did it all his life, pretty much, when he was in my life. And whenever I talk to my children, that's what I wish to speak about, is just to know that, for them to know that there's nothing more greater than them. Just like there's no more greater person than you, whoever listening to this, because you have life in you. And when you have life in you, um, you want to see other life flourish and grow and prosper in every shape, form, or fashion, not just financially, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, because if they're not, then they dwindle and they decay and then they're dying, they're suffering, and they end up taking their own life. That's what I believe happens because they can't handle the pressures, uh, the, the pressures of the world. And I don't even know if it's sad. I mean, I don't know what that's about because the pressures of the world always been there. It's just when you don't have access to, um, I guess I would say the Father or something, most likely, because of some past thing, past life or whatever. Um, you have that disconnect, and so you want to be disconnected because you don't feel no connection with something, and some people can't handle that, or and then they just fear of what they're gonna be when they grow up, and then they hear all this stuff going on, and they don't want to be a part of it because they see and know. I think some people know that we're in judgment and we are accountable for our deeds and past things that happen to certain people, certain or races, as people say. But I believe in people and that we can change as people and love one another in peace and harmony and humility and really genuinely care for someone because actions speaks louder than words, and as I try to show it's my actions. Um, I could say some of the worst things on the planet, especially when you're upset and you don't have control of your emotion. But I can say some of the most compassionate and kind of enlightened things as well. But I don't take no credit for anything that's really, really good that I may say or may do. I have to give praise and glory to the Father to give me strength to do that because of the past things that I did. It's nothing for me to brag about when I do something good or have done something good. I don't really. Uh, I'm content with what I'm trying to build because I know inside of me what I'm trying to do, whether one believes that or not. I try to stand in my truth, even though I get thrown off just like anyone else, and I have to I have to maneuver to survive. As they say, survival of the fittest. And so I try to let my mind survive, through the heartache and the pain and the suffering and the attacks and the slander, the mockery, um, the rejection, all those things I throw in the trash because that's what they are. It's trash because anything that's trying to hurt me and oppress me and break my heart is the enemy to me because that's all it can be because I'm me. And so if I know I am loved and a person don't love me back, then they just don't love me back. I can love them still from a distance and I can pray for them, but the Father's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven because these are the times we living in. People are still living full of sin and don't think that there is judgment. If I live in sin, I don't know what kind of sin I live in. So am I a sinner? I don't know. I have sinned, I think we all have at some point in time. And maybe we even do this day when we judge each other secretly or openly. You know, um, I try not to judge no one, and if correction is judging someone, then I I stand in correction. You have the right to correct me on that, but you know, some people need to be corrected. Um, there are certain things I need to know how to do because I don't know everything. And being that I don't know everything, I have to take this walk slowly now because I was living a fast life. When I was living a fast life, then I got everything that came with a fast life. I started living a slow, humble, peaceful life. I got the things that come with that. And, you know, even this RV right here, I didn't work, for no one really to get this. I mean, everybody know about certain things that happen, but I wanted to live in a way to where I didn't have to stress out about work and stuff like that. And so being that we have a little lot, it did a lot, but it was also a calling that I heard, and inside of me. It's just my testimony. Um, it was a calling inside of me. I heard the Father, or angels, or whatever, mm, call on and telling me to come here to this land where I'm at. Where I grew up as a child. And I got separated from it for a long time. Like I say, for a long time. I've been here for quite a while now, some years, and trying to build this raggedy little house out there. But it's not about the look of it. It's about the effort and the work and the dedication, the motivation, the inspiration that the Father gave me to even attempt something like that um, in the city, because I don't know no one who's done that. I mean, I know people build houses, but how I'm trying to build this one by myself, is the reason why I have to build it the way I'm building it. It's because you don't have help to build something. You just have to build. You know, people say they help you, but you know that they have things that they do, and people have to do what they have to do in life, and so I got to do what I have to do in life. I did what I used to do in life. Now I'm trying to do something different and live different and live humbly, peacefully, and pray for my family. I had to take a step back, because if you're not praying for me, then I have to pray for you, and hopefully then you'll pray for me, because we need to pray for each other. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself, and it's family and friends alike, whoever you met along this journey of life. And so my interactions with people, I want to display that the real me, not uh, something that I watched on TV or some music that I was entertained by and wanted to be violent or a different kind of thug. You know what I mean? And so now I try to be the holy under God, if that's a thug, you know what I mean? The holy under God, you get it? But I can't say that I'm completely holy or nothing. I can't say that. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to shoot myself, but I can't say that because it's a journey, and I had sinned, you know what I mean? And I try to be washed clean, and every time I douse myself with water, I think of baptism because it feels purifying to me to have that water run down you. Everybody know how it feels to take a shower. Sometimes you get in there, you never want to get out. You know what I mean? And so, and in that time, in that moment, I like to think of, baptism, that the Father is washing me clean from my filthiness, you know what I mean? Not just on my skin, but also my mind, in my heart, and anything that's dirty and defiled, I ask Him to wash it clean with any kind of water. I don't care where the water come from. If it's water from a river, if it's being splashed on top of my head, cold and wet, I think of baptism, and I ask in that moment if I had sinned that day or done something not pleasing to you, Father, that you forgive me. That you forgive me and you make me whole. You make me complete, because I'm just one man trying to live this life in this world and get along with those who might not want to get along with me. And that's fine. And I did it again. And that's fine, because we all have our lives to live and we want to live and be happy and be free and do whatever you wish to do and whoever you wish to do it with. But security and a sturdy foundation is always best to have too, first, because you had a sturdy foundation. Even if some shaking come through, it's a sturdy foundation. And so that's my mind, because if I don't want to have to get social security type thing, you know what I mean? I wish I can. I'm trying to figure out a way to do that, because there's still a fixed income at that age. What if you have to do for a lot of people, you can't, because you're on a fixed income. And so my mind is always wondering on that, because will I have enough to survive in this life later in life if no one's there to help me, or if I can't help myself? Because we always need someone, and there's a lot of people going away, so it has me wondering, sometimes. And so I know I need the Father always, for now anyway, until He say I don't. But I know I need Him. Even if I work a job, I still need the Father, because I know not what to do with the money other than to try to build what I'm building here. As I be wanting to donate and send somebody to certain people, that have done for me. And I know I need to be building out here. That's the whole purpose of me work on. And so I was thinking about that. As long as I'm building, I ask them to forgive me if I don't donate nothing to them. But I just feel like the Father has blessed me with so much, trying to help me build this. Well, not try, but building this here and giving me the inspiration that He gives me. I would be selfish not to put a little bit more effort into um, building. That would be lazy and whatnot. So yeah, I got to work a job and I got to try to build this house. So that's my goal. That's my plan. That's my purpose for now. Um, Hopefully it'll work out. I don't really know. It's been a project either way. And my grandma used to say, don't let them be a fail but a try. Praise the Most High. Peace and shalom.